Welcome back to the channel. We're back from vacation and we came back to a mess. The goats, I don't know what their deal was while we were away. My mom and dad took care of them and they just were complete menaces, I guess is the best way to put it. I think what happened is the boys destroyed the fence. They got out of their pasture up above, and then they came to this top corner up here and completely flattened it. I did kind of put stuff back together, and that corner over there was completely laying in too. So basically we have to try and fix the fence. Here they have it destroyed to the point of there's just wire, loose wire hanging. So I put one skid in here already. It didn't stop them. They continually jump over it and they waste hay. So all that hay builds up right here, and then that's probably like 6-8 inches deep, and it gets them higher that they can jump over the fence easier. So I'm going to attach this skid here, hoping that maybe it'll kind of help that, and hope that they don't come through here. Maybe try and get that closer. And then I know I have to add like 2-3 more stakes up there. And you know, this is basically just an upkeep day of trying to get everything back. And right now, the biggest mess that we have, and I will show you guys that, but that's in the barn where the goats currently are. The boys are in where we had them last year before, in the stall. The girls and all the baby goats, however, are just roaming free, and they have a mess. They have destroyed stuff in the barn. They have stuff scattered, stuff's laying everywhere. It's a mess. And the door sticks. And here is what we have. Hay bales destroyed. They've been climbing on the hay here. And they got stuff laying scattered all over the place. Yeah, you guys. That's randomly flipped. I had to move all the rabbit feed from there because they kept breaking. Well, they broke the lid. I used to have a box here with hay for the rabbits. They completely destroyed that. Yeah. You see what we're dealing with. And I'm sure none of you have anything to say for yourselves. And this is what the boys did somehow. Completely smashed and ripped that off. Yeah, you probably, most likely. There's still some stuff coming out of the garden. However, the temperatures have actually dropped now. Since we went on vacation, we had like 80-degree days, to the point now where we're getting, I think today's a high in like the 50s. So we started the wood stove last night when we got back, and we're gonna probably get frost here within the next week or two, I would guess. The temperatures are dropping in the 30s at night, so upper 30s, so we'll see. The garden looks just like a weed field at this point. There's a couple watermelons. I think there's one right here. So we do have a few things in here yet. We have some green beans that are still producing and some lima beans, I think. There's beets in there. Overall, the majority of it is pretty much going to be done. I do know that there is some tomatoes growing here quite a bit yet, so I know that obviously needs addressed. You can see all the plants. There's red tomatoes down in there. So we need to come and get those before the frost, because once the frost hits, that'll pretty much be it for all that stuff. But the first thing that we need to do is get the fence fixed and get everything kind of worked out for this, that we can move the goats out of the barn, because those stalls need cleaned out. They're still in there from before. So I want to get them out here on pasture for at least a couple more weeks till we have to move them in. And I don't have the other stall ready yet anyhow. So this is kind of riggy, I know, but basically just cut a point on a metal or metal, wood stake and drive it in the ground. Rather than, it would be easier to just buy stakes, but these will at least break and they won't bend. I think I have to move that one. Well, it's definitely not how I would really like it to be, but we added an extra stake there, tied a few more things. I don't know if it'll work or not. The grass is greener on the other side of the fence, I guess is what it comes down to for them. And then I tied this other skid here so it can't fall on them or anything. We tightened up that gap, so I don't know. I'm hoping that, you know, they won't get out there anymore, but most likely they'll probably just find another area, a different space to go. So I don't know, we're gonna try and bring them out and kind of hope for the best, and then we gotta fix the boys' fence. And here comes the Stampede. I think I'm gonna call you the goat wrangler now. Yeah. See, they're not dumb, they know where to go.
They just don't stay in.
No. Is that all of them?
Should be. Nope. 3 babies, 3 adults.
Yep. Oh, it should be.
I lied.
4 babies.
4 babies.
Yeah.
3 adults.
I think I have to the point where we still have all 14 of these out of 19. So we lost minimal. I think we have rats in here again, but we got to the point now where they're not getting in and out. So that's a plus. There is some gaps underneath, but they're getting bigger. Once they get bigger than this yet, then we'll put them in the main coop and they'll start laying eggs. Yeah, they bent this. Yeah. Well, Jack weighs how much? So he doesn't take much for him.
He's a big boy.
He just stands up.
Yeah, there's a freaking spider right on my finger. Big black hairy one.
You gonna make it?
Oh, you got that recorded.
Well, there's that. We just need to tie it up. It's not even connected to this at all anymore. What the heck? This one broke? Just about to be broke. I'll add a stake here. What was that? We'll see if that works now. Doubt it, but we'll see.
Just in time.
Yeah, I told you it was gonna rain.
Yeah.
She told me. We just got the boys moved out, fixed some more fence on the girls and baby's pen. We kind of found that they were hopping right over the fence by the gate, so I put in a board and screwed that fast, stapled the fence. So that should be a lot better. We're gonna kind of start on trying to clean up this horrendous mess in the barn. You know, they destroyed some of the hay that was over there. It was just terrible, you know. It is what it is because, I mean, the fence was so destroyed they would have never stayed in. So Mom and Dad had no choice. They had to put them in here. This was the best bet. They were out wandering on the road and they had no choice. So we're gonna try and start cleaning this up a little bit and kind of get it back to where it was. I'll take some of this. This gets so muddy in here, and it doesn't help the fact that it's on a slope. So especially at night when we got to put the geese away, when you got to walk in there, you about fall on your face. So since we got all that rain yesterday, I'm gonna just take a bunch of this and scatter it around. It makes, and they like the scratch in it. And it soaks up a lot of that junk. That's much better. And as you can see, no more than I just got done throwing it in here. They're picking through it, scratching through it already. Definitely will encourage the scratching. They like it. And I like it, so I don't have to fall at night. But give it a couple hours and they will have all that stuff scratched down towards the bottom because it slopes in a hill, and it'll be piled up down there. It's a cycle. Well, it looks like you've been busy in here.
Yeah. Don't mess around.
No? Well, it looks a lot better in here from what it did like 20 minutes ago. I need to bring the tractor down with the loader, the Coyote, and we'll pick all this up. And I can drive right in and throw that in the bucket. But it's definitely a lot better than it was. It looked terrible in here before that. There's still a mess in the hay and stuff. We cleaned up a lot of it, restacked some of this. And I know some of this is gonna be getting sold, so I don't really need the goats destroying it all, even though a lot of it is their feed. Anyway, that's where we're gonna conclude today's video. We got, hopefully, the fence fixed. So, everything's fixed for the most part. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.